All right, guys, this is Code Man's Auto, and we put a wheel speed sensor on this 2018 Chevy Traverse. What I want to tell you is, if you want your lights all out on your dash, make sure that you watch this video to the end. I have some important information to tell you about putting this speed sensor on. When we put our first speed sensor on, we made a huge mistake. I want to make sure that you don't make that mistake. You would think putting a speed sensor on, there would be no way to make a mistake, but we did. Ended up costing us putting a wheel bearing on. We could have avoided all of that if I would have seen a video just like this one before I started on my 2018 Chevy Traverse. So watch this video. All right, so you're probably wondering why we're underneath the hood, but what you've got is the wheel speed sensor comes up off of the wheel and comes up underneath of the hood to unplug it. Okay, so the first thing Cody's going to do is unplug the speed sensor. Yeah. Okay, so now that we got the box out of the way, you can see that red and black plug-in right there. That is your wheel speed sensor plug-in. And Cody's going to get that unplugged. What you do is pull that red tab back and then push in the black tab and unplug it. Changing this wheel speed sensor, just to let you know what is going on, is you have a sensor here that's going down into the wheel bearing, and as you turn your tire, as your tire turns, as you're riding down the road, this speed sensor is picking up a signal and sending it to your computer. You have one on every wheel, as you can see, and all of them have to have a reading coming off of them as the car is going down the road. That's where your wheel speed signal comes from, if you was wanting to know that little piece of information. We have some little clips that have to be taken loose before we can get the wheel speed sensor off there. Okay, so the speed sensor clips in different places. That way, when you're moving the wheel and things back and forth, it allows the sensor to move with it. And this is the new sensor. It comes equipped with all of these clips, which makes it real nice when you go to put the sensor back on, because you don't have to try to save any clip. Let's go back to the car. I want to show you the 10mm bolt you need to take out. All right, the wheel speed sensor is held in with a 10mm bolt. So before you get underneath the car, you're going to need that 10mm wrench or socket. It's best to use a wrench. It's easier to get in there with a wrench like Cody's using. I'm going to show you the tool real quick, just as soon as Cody pulls this sensor out. And there's the old sensor. I'm going to show you the tool real quick that we use to get the clips loose with. All right, so this is the tool that we use to take the clips loose with, and just makes it real easy if you got this body clip removal tool. And I'm gonna put a link below for the tools that we use. Make sure when you put your new speed sensor on that you are clipping everything back in the way that it came out factory. Like I said, you don't want anything moving because of the tire and wheel moving and the steering moving. You don't want anything that is not secure. Oh, backwards. All right, Cody's got one more clip to put in, and then we'll be back up on top. All right, so we got our new right side wheel speed sensor in, and we are getting ready to put everything back together here on the top, and we will have this job finished up. Okay, so Cody's clearing the codes out, and when he gets these cleared out, we'll take it down the road and see if the lights stay out. Everything went out, so we are ready to take it down the road. The check engine light will probably pop right back on because we have another code to deal with on that. Okay, so here we are. All of the lights are out on the dash. We have replaced the wheel speed sensor, and what I want to show you is, you see this wheel speed sensor laying here? It is brand new. We bought this wheel speed sensor at a parts store. I'm not going to say what parts store, but it was good. It's a good sensor. It's just not made for this vehicle. It fits. It looks exactly the same as the other, but it is not made for this vehicle. Okay, so the reason I didn't buy from the dealership in the beginning was because they didn't have it in stock. Them not having that part in stock costed me about 2 weeks worth of headache. This is my vehicle. It is not a customer's vehicle. If it was a customer's vehicle, I would have waited till the next day. But because it was my vehicle, I was trying to go ahead and get my car back working proper. And this ended up costing me about 2 weeks worth of headache of going through wiring, going through all of the fuses when it was the wheel speed sensor, what I knew it was in the beginning. And but I thought putting a new part on would be a new part, and I wouldn't have to worry about having a wheel speed sensor code to pop back up if I was putting a brand new part on. Like I said, this part is not made for this vehicle, although it looks and plugs up, everything hooks up just like it should. It is the wrong one. It just does not work with this vehicle. I seen another guy on a thread that I was reading when I was trying to diagnose mine to see if there was a problem with these, a short somewhere where I needed to look. And there was a guy that said in a very small article, and he said that he put a aftermarket wheel speed sensor, it would not work. He went to the dealership, they sold him one, he put it on, realized that the one that he bought was not bad, it was just the wrong one for the vehicle. So thanks for watching. I hope this video helps you with your wheel speed sensor. I wish I would have found a video like this when I was working on mine, and it would have saved me a lot of trouble. Thanks for watching. This is Codeman's Auto. Please like and please subscribe. Okay, so we got a right wheel speed sensor, and the right side of the vehicle is always the passenger side of the vehicle.